Hi everyone, my name is Blake and I'm one of this year's Parks Canada Youth Ambassadors. Welcome to the second episode of our TED Talk series. This week we are here with Shayna Mercier, a student at Fort George National Historic Site in Niagara, Ontario. Shayna is going to tell us a little bit about her experiences working with the fort and Parks Canada. Let's go!
Hi Blake, my name is Shayna Mercier. I've been here working at Fort George since 2014, pretty much doing a little bit of everything here and there, but for the summer mainly I'm kind of just doing the muskie demonstrations.
So Shayna, what is your favorite part about working for Parks Canada at Fort George?
I'd have to say that my favorite part of working at Parks Canada or Fort George is that just the array of people that you get to meet. You meet people from all different kind of walks of life from all over the world, and most times they're super happy to tell you a little bit about themselves, which just kind of makes it a little more personal.
How has working at Fort George increased your understanding of the work Parks Canada does?
I'd have to say that it's really just being able, for being here for a little while now, I've been able to see quite a few projects be completed here at Fort George, and just the care and all of these super detailed steps that have to be taken into consideration before you can even start this project, and then throughout the entire project there's a whole bunch of kind of little nuances that you have to follow to be able to preserve everything, the cultural and ecological heritage of this site.
What role does Fort George play in your community?
Fort George is kind of like the storyteller or the story keepers. We have over 4,000 years of history that we're able to communicate, and it's not just the military history that we're able to communicate, but it's also really just a wide variety from soldiers and officers to also their families. So they had wives and children that were staying here as well, and even the people down in town, because it's not just Fort George, we also have the Niagara Historic Sites that we have history to pull from there as well. So you can really tell a story from Major General Brock and William Clouse to being able to say that the Queen of England came over and that the Prime Minister of Canada came here as well.
Picture this. There's a fort-wide game of hide and seek. Where would you hide and why?
I would definitely be hiding in the Octagonal Blockhouse, which is a super tall building that we have way at the back, because it has a giant staircase, and kind of tapping into the historical aspect of it, typically it would have been used to actually oversee any attacks that were coming up or anything like that, because you have an entire view of the fort and the grounds that surround it. So I'd be able to see if someone was kind of sneaking up, and I also am pretty sure no one would want to do all of those stairs to come up. And there's also a kind of like secret passageway that you can get out of as well.
How can young people become more involved in their Canadian heritage?
Definitely say that you'd have to kind of go out and experience all of the beautiful sites that we have here within Parks Canada, just kind of finding something that's near you. And then when you get there, I definitely recommend talking to all of the wonderful Parks Canada staff that we have. Everyone's super friendly and they always want to try and help out in any way they can. So if you have questions, I definitely recommend asking them. And you never know, it might kind of foster a little something that you never knew you had inside of you that you might love. And if you did kind of feel by the time you got home that you wanted to kind of help out a little bit more or learn a little more, I definitely recommend joining our Youth Ambassadors group here at Parks Canada.
Alright, that's it for today's episode of TED Talks. Big thank you to Shayna for joining us today. Stay tuned for our next episode. Bye everyone!